Welcome to Rise and Unwind, a show where we focus on lifestyle, wellness, and feel-good stories to start your day. My name is Kayla, and here's what we have coming up next.
Oh, I was nervous. I'm not going to lie to you. After having 8 years off and spending and doing a little family time and doing some graduations with my daughters and getting my new grandbabies and doing all that, and then getting the call to go back up after 8 years of not being on the ice, I was nervous.
90% of people face restrictions, extra steps, and delays in treatment when trying to get on GLP-1s.
There's a story I've been pitching of somebody I know who had, I don't want to give away the punchline, but it's not in this series, but he was missing for a long time and people thought he was abducted by aliens. Turns out that wasn't the case. Anyway.
All that and more on Rise and Unwind.
Do you ever feel like the holidays are over, but you're still the one keeping everything in your head? There's new survey data that puts real numbers on that default parent pressure and what it's doing to moms with stress and burnout. So joining us is Wendy Naugle, USA Today Network Executive Editor of Entertainment, with takeaways from a new USA Today Peacock survey and some simple ways family can start sharing the mental load a little more. Welcome to the show, Wendy. How are you, my friend?
Good to see you. Thanks for having me.
All right. For anyone who's hearing mental load and thinking, wait, what does that actually mean? How do you explain it in real life terms?
So that is everything that basically keeps the household running. All of that to-do list of, permission slips, lunch boxes being packed, where are the hats and gloves, creating all the holiday magic. That's the mental load that women are carrying around, making sure that everything gets done.
And your survey of 1,600 parents found some huge gaps in who's handling the day-to-day decisions. So what stood out most to you? And what do those numbers say about those who are carrying the weight at home?
Well, I think there were a couple of things. 8 in 10 women told us that they're the primary decision maker in their household, but also 64% that they said they are handling that day to day, packing the lunches, all of those daily tasks that really just somebody has to do it. It's falling to them. As a result, 34% of women told us they feel overwhelmed every single day. And another third of women told us that they feel that way several times a week. I think that's really concerning because when you think about the care and mental health of our kids who themselves may be struggling, how can we make sure they are in a good place if the people caring for them are really at their breaking point?
And the holidays, they might be over, but a lot of people feel like they're starting the new year already exhausted. What's a couple of practical, doable ways that families can reduce that mental load this week and without turning everything into a fight?
Well, I think it's really important to not do it in those heated moments when you might feel tired or frustrated. Instead, see if you can set aside some time to have the conversation in a very non-judgmental way. Sit down and say, here's everything that we need to get done to have the life we want to have. And then think about who can take which portion of that. That way, it's a conversation and it's something that you can come back to time and time again. It also helps instill some habits. Also be mindful of what works for your family. One of the things that women told us, 41% feel the pressure to be a perfect parent. Women also said that if something goes wrong, it's their responsibility to fix it, and they're the ones who get blamed. That's a big storyline that comes up in All Her Fault, and I think it's why it resonated so much with women. So knowing that those external factors are present and are so strong, that's why it's important to have the conversation of what's right for you and your family. It gives you a touchstone to come back to when you feel those pressures creeping in, and then you'll know this is what we have decided works for us.
And for some of the couples watching, what is one starter conversation you recommend? Maybe something that could help reset expectations without sounding like there's blame or even criticism.
Well, I would say, the easy start is actually maybe not a conversation, but action. One of the things that women told us repeatedly is they don't want their partner to say, how can I help? What can I do? Because then they have the extra load of coming up with a to-do list, making sure that task gets done. Instead, look around, see what you can help with, and just dive right in.
All right. This survey also connects back to the storyline in Peacock's series, All Her Fault. What about that show sparked such a big reaction, and why do you think so many moms saw it in themselves?
I think there are so many moments in the show where women see themselves. It starts in the very first episode when Sarah Snook, the lead character, goes to pick up her son Milo, and he's not at the play date. And people immediately point fingers at her of how could she not know the details of this play date? How could she make this mistake? It is all her fault. There are many other scenes in the show with Dakota Fanning's character of how she is trying to juggle her career and all of the duties for her child, and her partner is just not present. And he just thinks he needs some downtime. Her downtime is shopping and taking care of the house. And so she's not really getting a break at all. And these are themes that probably most moms have had in their friend groups that they're talking about a lot. Women in our survey said that they do turn to friends and family for help a lot, but in third place was the person that they probably should start with is their partner. So make sure you're having the conversations with your partner as well, so that you can hopefully create some new habits and a little bit of change in your own household.
Wendy, I want to thank you for joining me today. If this conversation hits home, you got to pull your partner in for a quick, let's say, reset talk, maybe even 10 minutes, and decide who owns a few of the recurring weekly tasks. And if you want to dig deeper into the survey results and the bigger part of the conversation, you can read the USA Today coverage and stream All Her Fault. It's available now on Peacock. Wendy, I want to thank you for joining me today.
Thank you so much.
Have you noticed your vision changing a bit after 40? Like your eyes get tired faster, the night driving suddenly feels personal? A lot of us chalk it up to aging and keep it moving. But the truth is, there are real options that can actually help, and you don't just have to squint and hope for the best. Today, we're joined by Dr. Ashley Brissett, an ophthalmologist, to talk about the changes we should expect and 4 questions everyone should be asking their eye doctor in 2026. Welcome, Dr. Brissett. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
So for someone heading into their 40s or 50s, what vision changes are actually normal? And at what point should people, stop playing the guessing game and just book the eye exam?
Yeah, I mean, it is really important to stay on top of our eye health. Vision is so crucial to aging and also to aging well. So in our 40s, what starts to happen is we develop something called presbyopia, which is that inability to see up close. So that starts to deteriorate. So people will be holding things further out to keep them in focus, possibly even needing reading glasses and struggling with that, or maybe even needing more lighting to keep things in better focus. And then as we get into our 50s and 60s and beyond, that's when cataract starts to develop. And cataract is a normal aging change inside the eye. It's where the natural lens starts to get cloudy as we grow older. Everybody does develop cataracts in their lifetime, so it's nothing to be nervous about. And with modern day cataract surgery and other lens options, we do have the ability to help people see very well. So you don't have to struggle with poor vision in your 40s and beyond.
So what you just said, I know you said it's not something to make people nervous, but I think the word cataracts itself is a little nerve-wracking. So just to touch on that one more time, it's not a myth that everybody does get cataracts eventually.
Exactly. Everybody does develop cataracts in their lifetime. And, our old thinking was we would tell patients to wait until they're mature or ripe before exploring options for surgery. But really, modern day cataract surgery has advanced so much. It's a very safe, very effective surgery with a quick kind of recovery and downtime. Most of my patients are back to work after about a day or two. And what's great is that you can actually see better than you ever have in your lifetime by undergoing cataract surgery. What happens is I remove the cataract and I put a new intraocular lens inside the eye. And you have the option to choose a more premium technology. So like the Technis family from Johnson & Johnson Vision is a great option. These lenses can help you see clearly for far away, at your computer, and up close to decrease your dependence on glasses after surgery. And we have lots of research studies that show that when you do surgery sooner than later, it can help to improve your quality of life. So, by having cataract surgery, it will decrease your risk of falls in the future, can decrease your risk of developing dementia, and really just help to improve your quality of life.
So screens are basically a full-time job for our eyes now. For people who need everyday vision correction, what options can help with both clarity and comfort, especially with all that screen time?
Yeah, so if you're not a candidate for cataract surgery, or you're still too young for something like that, then a great option are modern day contact lenses. So those lenses like the AccuView can help you see clearly for far away, at your computer, and up close. That way you don't have to struggle with those reading glasses anymore. Patients will have them all over their house or in every single bag, and you can finally get rid of those. And what's great is if you are on digital devices for long hours during the day, these lenses won't make your eyes feel any worse. So they can help your eyes feel comfortable. They can help you see clearly. So it really is the best option.
And you're encouraging people to ask better questions in 2026, which I love. What are the key questions you want patients to bring into their eye appointment so that way they leave with the right care and a real plan, not just a new prescription?
Yeah, it is important to make sure you're getting that annual comprehensive eye exam. Make sure that you're getting your vision screened. There's so many eye conditions that can be picked up just from a general exam. And I can also tell a lot about your total body health by examining your eyes. So I can tell if you have diabetes or high blood pressure, even autoimmune conditions. So it is very important for preventative health to have your yearly eye exam. And then when you are there, speak to your eye doctor about your vision concerns. So if you're having difficulty reading, if you're having difficulty with night driving, if you're having difficulty working, we have options for helping you see better. And our approach now is to create a custom plan for you. So whether it's, a specialized contact lens like the AccuView lenses, or whether you're a candidate for cataract surgery and you're going to choose something like a Technis lens, we have ways of helping you see better.
Thank you so much for all of this information. If viewers want to learn more, where can they go?
Yeah, so two great resources that I refer my patients to. Online, there is clearvisionforyou.com and AccuView.com. So lots of great information can be found there.
Ashley, I want to thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Every January, we all make that promise. This is the year we're getting healthier. Then by February, we're negotiating. Lately, GLP-1 medications seem to be everywhere, on social media, in ads, and probably in your algorithm, whether you asked for it or not. So a lot of people are wondering, are these medications legit? Are they affordable? And are they even right for me? Joining us to help clear up the confusion is Divya Iyer from GoodRx, here to share what people should know before getting started. Divya, welcome. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So GLP-1s feel like the health buzzword of the year. Why are these medications such a big part of the conversation right now?
Weight loss is a common New Year's resolution, and GLPs are changing the way that people approach this in a pretty fundamental way. They help regulate appetite and blood sugar and help people manage their weight and overall health. So not surprisingly, the demand for these medications is surging, as you pointed out. However, insurance coverage continues to fall short. The good news is that the affordability of these medications is improving. And just earlier this month, the FDA approved the first ever oral version or pill for weight loss. GoodRx has partnerships with the manufacturers of these medications and has the lowest discounted cash prices for GLP-1s.
I know that you mentioned GoodRx is somewhat affordable, but one thing people do worry about is cost. These medications have a reputation for being expensive. Are there ways insurance can help cover them?
Insurance coverage depends on which GLP-1 medication, what it's prescribed for, and the type of insurance you have. So generally, these prescriptions, these medicines are covered by insurance when prescribed for diabetes, not so much when it's prescribed for weight loss. Research from GoodRx has shown that even with insurance coverage, 90% of people face restrictions, extra steps, and delays in treatment when trying to get on GLP-1s. So GoodRx has the recently approved Wegovy pill version for $149 and the pen or injection version for $199. The manufacturers have put out these affordable cash pay options recently, and people can go to goodrx.com/GLP-save to find all the information they need to get started.
Great. And if someone is watching at home and thinking about trying a GLP-1, what should they do first?
The first step is to talk to your doctor. You can talk to your regular doctor, your primary care doctor, or you could use one of the host of online telehealth solutions that are available. At GoodRx, we've made it easy with GoodRx for weight loss. It's our online telehealth subscription service for $39. Where you are connected with a licensed healthcare provider via virtual consultation and can get GLP-1 prescription if appropriate. These are FDA-approved medications, so you know that what you're taking is safe and effective. But the first place to start would be goodrx.com/GLP-save.
And I know you mentioned you yourself have an online offer, but I know that there are tons and tons of ads and even more online offers promising fast results. How can people make sure that they are choosing something safe and FDA approved?
That's a really important question. Because of the really high demand and the supply issues that we had a couple of years ago, there's a whole alternate market of knockoffs out there. FDA approved means that it's been reviewed and regulated, it's tested and proven to be safe and effective, so you know what you're putting in your body. On the other hand, if the price seems suspiciously low, or if you're able to get the medicine without a prescription or without talking to a doctor, those are red flags that those are knockoffs. Also, if it says compounded on the medication, then you know it's not the real thing, it's not FDA approved.
And I know that you've already kind of given me a website, but one more time for the viewers listening, where can we go to learn more or find tools that may help them save money?
People can go to goodrx.com/GLP-save. GoodRx is that trusted access and affordability resource that provides clear and transparent information on all the different options, what's safe, what's affordable, and where to start. Again, that's goodrx.com/GLP-save.
Divya, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Do you ever watch a true crime story and think, there's no way that this could be real? And then it is. Then the idea of that is the idea behind the brand new season of Curious Case of, a series that digs into bizarre, stranger than fiction cases filled with twists, deception, and shocking outcomes. So joining us today is Beth Karras, veteran legal analyst and former prosecutor who helps break down what really happened and why these stories still matter. Welcome to the show, Beth. How are you, my friend?
I'm fine. Thanks for having me. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Excited about too.
Happy New Year to you. And before the break, I was saying, I love the show. It's great. It's interesting. It's because, a lot of these true crime drama stories always is this person murdered this baby, and it's dark, it's demented, and it kind of goes into these, deep tales of, blood, guts, and people that are just doing horrible, horrible things. But this show, okay, and not to just keep gushing about it, it goes into something a little different. It does have the true crime. It has some weird tales. It has some stories. First season, loved it to death. But you investigate things that are a little different and not just blood, guts, and watch these people kill things that were innocent all from the start.
You know what? You hit the nail on the head. That why this series resonates with a lot of men who are kind of get turned off to a lot of blood and guts and murder, right? It's like a largely female audience. It skews female, I should say. But I'm hearing from husbands and boyfriends saying, there's a show that I can watch that's crime or crime adjacent, as we say, that I can watch with my girlfriend or my wife and enjoy it. So we're not looking at murders, but we're looking at weird, bizarre behavior, as you said. It's deceitful, it's fraudulent, could be cults, it's something's wrong here. What is it? A crime? What is the crime? Sometimes it's clear there's a crime, but it's like somebody gets away with a deception or a fraud for a long time. It's like I marvel at what people do and get away with.
Yeah, I think I'd be a little nervous if I'm sitting down and relax and my wife is getting super excited about a murder drama of someone killing their husband. Yeah, I can understand that situation. But okay, you really choose some wild and interesting tales and stories. How do you find these?
So, there's a team of us, and I'm part of that team who look for the stories. I mean, stories come to me, but we also, we scan, the internet. We, might listen to some podcasts. Maybe people we know. There's a story I've been pitching of somebody I know who had, I don't want to give away the punchline, but it's not in this series, but he was missing for a long time and people thought he was abducted by aliens. Turns out that wasn't the case. Anyway, they're weird, twisted stories, and we just find them, in life, on the internet, newspapers, friends, people we know. We listen to reports.
All right, and this season, what are some of the highlights? Anything big that we should be looking out for? What's something we can look forward to in the season? What's the elevator pitch this time?
So, well, the finale is a good one, right? And it's called The Corpse That Came to Dinner. Okay, I just leave it at that. It's a weird story. 91-year-old woman found with 2 corpses at home, right? Unbombed corpses. So that was weird. It's got to be a crime here somewhere, but it was her husband and her twin sister. She loved them. She cared for them. Is it really a crime? So that's the finale. So you got to wait 8 weeks for that one. But the school principal who hypnotized his students, and he wasn't licensed to do it. And there 3 of them tragically die. There's no murders, but they die. The woman who is faking her illnesses, she's faking paralysis from the neck down. What, to get attention? I'm not sure. She fakes being a cancer survivor. She wants people to like her, maybe. I don't know. She fakes pregnancies. These are all over several years. It's very strange behavior that made me angry, having grown up with 2 special needs brothers who died as young adults. That really made me angry that somebody would fake an illness that they don't have just to get people's sympathy. I guess. I'm not really sure. So that's one of the stories. But that was what is a crime here? It's not a crime to break someone's heart. It's not a crime to lie unless you're getting a benefit. And that's what did her in. She got a benefit. She got something of value. She got a bicycle. She got a trip. She got some expenses paid to go to a camp for the special needs people. So, I mean, the first episode, right, the green smoothie, guy who practiced medicine without a license was also like, he started life pretty good, making a lot of money with his alkaline diet. But then he took it a step too far. He got too greedy. He started promising people he could cure their cancer. That's what landed him in prison.
As a journalist and someone that has dealt with legal analysts and former prosecutors, what did you learn while working on these projects? And what is something that is a takeaway that you going into this? Okay, these are interesting stories, but what is something that like made you realize, or what did you learn that you want people at home to kind of get while watching this, or just learn while making the project yourself?
I want people to be aware that there are a lot of frauds being perpetrated, not just on the robocalls and the emails you get where people are trying to get into your bank account and get your personal information, but people are out there lying about themselves. I mean, the green smoothie promising, the guy with the smoothies promising he can cure your cancer, the woman faking her paralysis, and she really did fake the counselors. I mean, they thought she was paralyzed. I mean, just it's a cautionary tale to just always be on alert. I don't want people to be distrustful of everyone, but just, you just gotta check things. And if your radar, your gut is telling you something's not right, that's probably the case.
Beth, you are a hero. Thank you for bringing this once again to us. We love this stuff. So,
thank you.
You got to check out new episodes of Curious Case-Up that are airing weekly on Investigation Discovery, with episodes also available streaming on Max. If you're fascinated by true stories that prove reality could be a little stranger than fiction, then this is absolutely one worth watching. Beth, I want to thank you once again for being with us, my friend.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Ever wonder what it takes to drive a massive truck across a sheet of ice? Knowing one wrong move could mean disaster. The hit History Channel series Ice Road Truckers has returned with its most intense season yet. Higher stakes, deadlier conditions, and shorter windows to deliver life-saving supplies to some of the most remote communities on Earth. Joining me is a fan favorite and veteran trucker, Todd Dewey, who's back behind the wheel for season 12. Welcome to the show, Todd. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm actually standing on solid ground right now, so I'm feeling pretty confident.
All right, there you go. For those of us, or for those out there who haven't seen it, what do you think makes ice road trucking such a dangerous and vital job?
Oh my gosh. Well, you hit it all when you explained it right off the get-go and letting them know who you were going to be talking to. It starts out from day one and it don't stop until the season's actually over with and you're on a plane flying home. I mean, what it takes to be an ice road trucker is a whole lot of crazy and a lot of trucking skills and a lot of years behind the wheel. That's what it honestly takes. And, we go up there and fight Mother Nature like nobody's business, from snowstorms to thin ice to losing your loads to truck breakdowns. And there's some things that happened this season. I know that we've had lots of other seasons and lots of things have happened, but I don't know why or for what reason, but things happen on this season that have never happened before. We had trailers going losing oversized loads. Some of the worst weather conditions I think we've ever been faced with up there, including very thin ice due to climate change, and a very short window to get a lot of loads in these communities. And what people don't understand is they're like, well, you're just driving down the road and just delivering a load. It's not like that. It's what we got to go through to get these loads into the community. Some people say, well, why is it worth it? Why do you want to go out there and risk your life and just to drive on an ice road and drive across the ice? Well, I tell you what, when you battle Mother Nature the way we got to battle it, and you get that load into the community, and these communities come out, and it's like Christmas time to them, and the little kids come up and they give you a hug and they're so excited to be getting their new bike, maybe that's in their load of supplies, or their food that they need for the remainder of the year after the ice roads, when they all melt and they go away, that's the only access they have to get these supplies. So when I stop and think of my kids or my granddaughters going without food or supplies that they need to live throughout a year, that's how important it is. And they show their appreciation when you show up there, and it makes it all worthwhile.
And you face some brutal hauls. What's the toughest one that sticks with you?
Oh my gosh, there's been so many over the hauls. I can't give any away this year. You're going to have to put your seatbelt on and buckle up and watch a show and go for a crazy ride of this. But there has been so many see, there's been so many times that I think I broke a couple records over the years for some of the heaviest hauls on the ice, and there's been a lot of situations. There's been a lot of scary moments. Let's put it that way.
And season 12, it marks really a big return after a long hiatus. What's it been like getting back on the ice kind of this time around?
Oh, I was nervous. I'm not gonna lie to you. After having 8 years off and spending and doing a little family time and doing some graduations with my daughters and getting my new grandbabies and doing all that, and then getting the call to go back up after 8 years of not being on the ice, I was nervous. I'm not going to sit here and BS you. I was like, oh my gosh, because then you get flooded with all those emotions of knowing what's about to happen, how thin the ice can get, Mother Nature, the snowstorms you're going to get yourself into. Am I going to be able to get these loads? And do I still have what it takes to be an ice road trucker? And so the first couple of 2-3 runs up there, I was nervous like nobody's business, thinking, oh my, because it just flooded with emotions. The second I hit that first ice road, I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe I'm here and doing this again. So it was quite the adventure, and this is definitely one season you are not going to want to miss.
And this season, we're seeing some veterans and rookies out there. How do the new drivers handle the pressure compared to some of the seasoned pros like you?
I don't know. I've been with a couple new season drivers that have been up there over the years of ice road trucking, and of course, I don't ever leave a driver behind. If I'm with somebody and they're new and they don't know, they're in a situation where they don't know what to do or how to get out of it or how to fix their truck, I'm not going to leave them. I'm going to stay there and help them until we get everybody safe and we're back up and rolling and get out of Mother Nature's elements and get back to rolling. But as far as the new guys this year, I didn't get a lot of trucking time with them. I know that they were nervous. I did talk to them on the side a little bit. And when we were back in getting loads, they're like, oh my gosh, this is not what I expected. I didn't think the roads were going to be this brutal. I didn't think Mother Nature was going to be this brutal. And it's like, I asked them the question, well, what do you think about coming back for another season? If the Muskie Creek asks you to come back and be another driver again this next year, they're like, oh man, I'm going to have to think about it, because it's that brutal. I mean, these road conditions put you through things you never think your body, or physically and emotionally, that you'd ever be put through. It's pretty amazing.
And beyond the danger and the paychecks, what's the real reward that's keeping you back hitting the road over and over again?
Getting those loads to the communities, those hugs and those hot plate of food after battling and putting your body and getting those loads in the community from Mother Nature and battling those ice roads. When you see the smiles on those families' faces and the way they came up and they give you a hug, and it's not just like a hug like, oh, no, it's a hug like you can tell the appreciation in it. And they kiss you on the cheek or whatever they do, and they just look at you in the eyes and say, thank you. We needed this. That's what being an ice road trucker is about, and that's why I love doing it so much.
Do the words global warming scare you?
Oh, absolutely. It scares me because of the fact of it almost feels like there's going to come a time to where those communities can't get their supplies that they need to survive and take care of their families, and that is definitely very scary.
Todd, I want to thank you for joining me today. You can watch Todd and the rest of the Fearless crew now on Ice Road Truckers Season 12, airing Wednesday nights on History Channel and streaming the next day at history.com/Ice Road Truckers. Hey, Todd, thanks for joining me today.
You betcha. Hey, stay safe out there and buckle up for the first episode. You're going to need it.
That's it this week for Rise and Unwind. Thanks for spending part of your day with us. For more episodes and updates, be sure to follow us on social media. That's at Rise Unwind. If you'd like to be on our show, head to our website at riseunwindtv.com and fill out the form. And if you'd like us to be on your show, surprise, it's the same form. We're organized like that. And lastly, we are on YouTube at Rise Unwind. If you maybe want to click that little bell to stay updated and check back next week. Until then, take care of yourself, and we'll see you next time on Rise and Unwind.